Hello, everyone. Welcome to the pre-show of the Codex podcast. As usual, I'm your host, Sonny Kruger, and for the first time, we have mighty Mike Harbour joining us on the Codex podcast.
Hey, thanks, Sonny. Thanks for having me on board.
Glad to do it. Glad to have you here. You and I, we were chatting. We just officially met, a few minutes ago when we were jumping on and chatting, getting a bit caught up. When we get to the actual show, I'll ask you a little bit to introduce yourself in case somebody has not seen you on any of the other shows.
Okay.
So I see. Quickly, I'll start off with some of the stuff behind you. I'm looking. You got some slabs in the wall there. It looks like.
Yeah. I got a few slabs. I got one of the things I'm my real passion is the old war books. So
Nice.
Got the first Our Army at War, the first Sergeant Rock, first Haunted Tank, um, Mademoiselle Marie's first appearance, the first Our Fighting Forces, and then an Invaders, the Union Jack, There in Blood cover. So yeah, then also a big Nightwing fan, Batman fan. So got a bunch of pictures and stuff like that up there. So yeah, much like your sweater there.
Yeah, as you can see, I'm
jealous
a fan as well. Yeah. Yeah, and then you can't really see too much, but there's the Joker there.
Oh, nice.
But, yeah, and then I'm like, hey, so today on the Codex podcast, we are reviewing Wonder Woman, the Hiketeia. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, but either way, there we go. And yeah, Batman's in it, so that perfect time to wear the sweater. Plus, it's getting cold here in Chicago.
Oh yeah,
throwing out some garbage, and I was getting hit with some of the little bit of snow starting to come down.
Awesome. Yeah, it's in the 30s here. Get a few flakes every now and then, but nothing crazy.
Yeah, we will enjoy it while we can, because it's coming.
China poop. Nice.
Let me check what's going on. Yeah. We got Chris in there. Where is that? We're in the pre-show, so it's fine to go with. But yeah, so again, today I'm going to control the buttons. Usually I'm used to Sal or Tim or Dan, one of them doing it. So today it's me. And happy Wednesday, Mr. Keith. Yeah, we're waiting. Uncle Gary should be joining us sometime soon.
Having technical difficulties.
Yeah, it's surprising because he's like the IT guy who was perfect with it. So I don't know what's going on.
I don't know either. Well, got to be something with his network that's not his fault.
I agree.
Yeah,
I completely agree, 100%. And also today we'll be having the F list. I think this is going to be one of the best F lists we've had. Got somebody special. It's your first time on, and somebody from Uncle Gary too. So I'm excited for the F list.
Cool.
I didn't even tell anybody else who it's going to be. And we got random panel of the week. Somebody's got some teeth. Somebody's butt's going to get bitten. And then today, for the first time on Right or Wrong, it will be Mike giving the 5 statements. So
yeah, hoping to really piss some people off, maybe.
So I don't know. I don't know what you're going to ask or what you're going to say. So I truly don't know. Like I said, we just met not long ago, so we're getting to know each other. gotta learn to read it again.
Yeah.
So I have no idea how it's going to be.
Nothing too bad, but just some. Got a few opinions I'm going to share.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. And then, of course, we got the comic book news, and we had a segment. That last week we were saying it's going to be gone, but I got some news about it. There we got even bougies there. Greetings and salutations. Always good to have everyone there. And then let me check. A couple weeks ago, in case anybody missed it, me and Uncle Gary, we were ready to show the two of us, and Sal was on helping it get set up. And then when Sal left, the whole stream stopped. And me and Uncle Gary were going on, and then minutes in, Sal just jumped on the episode, and he's like, "You guys were off." So I'm looking to make sure that does not happen again.
So maybe it's Sal's fault.
I was blaming Sal. I was like, maybe it's Sal, maybe it's Jamie, maybe just somebody, but I'm certainly not going to take the blame myself.
No, I don't think so. Nope.
Let me see. We got some more comments.
Snoop and Mr. Keith.
Yeah. See everybody meeting, getting along in the group chat. So everybody always feel free to chat, throw in comments, things you like about us, things you don't like, anything you recommend we read, or anybody you recommend we put on the F list, or anyone you see we should take off. Put it on there. You know, we got some time, a little bit of chatting time. The countdown is on to get Uncle Gary on the show. We're trying to give him a little bit of time, but
Yeah. Are you a Something's Killing the Children fan?
I know of it, and I always hear it's really good, but I haven't been able to check it out yet. And how about
Yeah, I just they just published issue 0, and it was they had 3 um, bagged options, and so there's 3 different covers. There's
Oh,
this
that's
is the
beautiful.
regular one.
Let me get
Then there's
you. Let me get you up there, Big, so
okay,
you can
yeah.
show 'em.
So this was the one variant. And she's got the bow and arrow, Erica Slaughter. Then there's the regular one.
Okay, so
And then there's supposed to be a rare with her with a chainsaw. Of course, I bought 2. I think I have one more, but they only they have just the 3 covers, but they're all poly bagged and stuff like that, so you don't know what's in there. So you have to kind of open them and see what's up. But it's crazy. There's 41 issues of the series, and then it's got over 500 different covers. It's just nuts. Yeah.
It's crazy nowadays with all the variants. That's why Sale had to bring in the variant insanity with so many comic books, so many variants.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Mr. Keith says, "How do we all feel about DC All In so far?" Mike, I'll let you take it away on that.
Yeah, so far so good. I've read the Superman, the Batman first issues, and the Wonder Woman, and just got was going through my stack here and was got the new Green Arrow and the first issue of Justice League Unlimited. I'm very excited to read. I'm definitely a big JSA fan, so love that. So far so good. Can't complain.
Good. And then we have a segment every now and then. We could put it on right now. Like, what else are we reading? So obviously, you and I were reading Wonder Woman, the Hiketeia, but what are some other comic books that you are currently reading? Any series that you're really excited about?
Yeah, I'm a big Nightwing fan. So Nightwing, JSA are some of the ones that I'm reading. Also, the Dark Knights of Steel All Winter. Hey, Kevin, how you doing?
Good to have you back, Kevin.
Also the new Last Halloween.
Oh yeah, because we love it. Most people when we reviewed the first one, the Long Halloween, everybody was saying 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, and then there was the first time. Now I know that there's the sequel, so you've been checking that out.
Yeah, then there's the Batman Santa Claus team up, Silent Night Returns, which is the second series. So it's a team up of Batman and Santa Claus, Damian, Superman, stuff like that. So it's pretty fun. It's like the one thing, a little kind of spoiler thing is yes, I do love Dick Grayson. I do. I'm a huge Dick Grayson fan.
We all do. We all love him.
And Santa Claus says, "Hey Dan." Santa Claus is standing there, and Damien's like, with Batman, like, you know Santa Claus? It's like, of course. And Nightwing's like, of course he knows Santa Claus. He's Batman. He knows everybody.
Yeah. Well, that seems like good fun for the holiday at least.
Yeah.
You know how many issues it's gonna be about?
The first one was 3 or 4 ish, or 4 issues. So the second one probably is the same, I would imagine. They're kind of fun, you know. Then they had the I don't know if you've picked up your books today.
What'd you say?
I didn't know if you picked up your
Okay,
books.
all right, buddy. Thank you. Bye.
Hey, Greg.
We
Hey,
got
bud.
somebody joining us.
Hey.
He
Hey,
has
guys.
made it to the show.
Yep.
Uncle Gary, welcome to the pre-show. Hello,
Hey,
Sal.
Sal.
Hey, Sal.
Hey, you
Thanks,
guys are
buddy.
okay? Yeah,
We're
don't
good.
worry.
Well,
Yep.
I'm not
Good.
sure why. I'm not sure why, but
Sabotage. It's the Chinese.
It sounds like it's really a security issue, but if he goes through Messenger, it works. But if he goes through Facebook to messages, it doesn't work.
Interesting.
no,
So-
we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
All right. When you leave, Sal, I'm going to pay attention to make sure that the stream does not end.
Yep.
Yes.
I'm just making sure that variant insanity is up there.
It's got.
It is.
I did.
Okay, and
Don't tell what else
one
you
more
see.
thing. I have an intro upload. Do I have an intro uploaded? I don't. Shoot. Wait a minute. Yes, I do. I've got a podcast intro for you guys. Fire that up when you go live, or when you
Okay.
end the pre-show.
All right, but thank you, Sal. All right. Should you said right up during the pre-show? Or... Okay, now I see it. Okay.
All right. You guys are good?
I'm
Yep.
good.
Thank you, buddy.
My eye
Good
is
job,
on
sir.
that stream to make sure we keep
Okay.
going. Thank you, Sal.
Okay. See you guys
Hey,
soon.
Sal.
All right, he's out, and I see that the stream still says it's going strong.
We have a strong stream.
I was telling Mike about when we lost our stream last time, Uncle Gary.
And we didn't even know.
Yeah.
And it was the best show humanly possible, and we lost all that. I mean, it was gold and it was magic what was being said between Sonny and I, and we lost it forever.
It truly was, and Uncle Gary. So today is going to be a fun one. Like we said, we'll be reviewing Wonder Woman, the Hiketeia. I was telling Mike that I think this may be the best segment of the F list possibly today.
Uh-oh. Wow. I have no idea what's coming up.
Yep.
I make sure I'm not telling the others. I'm just saving it specifically for you two guys.
Awesome.
All right. We'll be clapping back on you, or are we going to agree with you?
You probably agree.
Okay. Not another Legionnaire, I hope.
It's time to start the episode. But we got the random panel of the week. We got today Mike will do the right or wrong. Some variant insanity. Variant insanity will be back. And now everybody, we got us here. I know we didn't give you too much time at the pre-show, Uncle Gary, but
That's okay. Don't need it. I was doing my own pre-show behind the scenes.
all right, guys. Well, let's do it. It's time to get on to the show, the Code X podcast, after about 35 seconds.
All right. Wow, that was snazzy. Is that
was very snazzy.
Is that
First
the world debut? of that?
intro? There's the first intro for the Code X podcast is opening.
cool.
Thank you, Sal, for putting
Sal.
it together.
Good job, Sal.
Sal you got tricks for us.
Really?
You got skills.
Uncle Gary, we know it was you who taught it to him.
Yeah. That's right. I taught it to him. That's why Sal had to be sweating to get me on air today. So.
Well, everybody, welcome to the Code X podcast. As usual, I'm your host, Sonny Kruger. I'm joined by one of my usual hosts, Uncle Gary, and for the first time, Mighty Mike Harbor.
Hey, everybody.
Welcome. All right, everyone. Mike, since this is your first time on the show, We'll give you a bit of the spotlight. Tell us a little bit about you, what you do, a bit about how you like comic books.
Sure. By day, I'm a bean counter, so I'm a CPA. Also part owner of Comic Logic. Also, and been reading comics since I was a small child. Got into comics. We traveled a lot as kids Dad was in the military, so go to the PX, grab a couple books, go to 7-Eleven, grab whatever's on the spinning rack. My heart and soul belongs to the war books, so I've got quite a collection of those. And Batman, Nightwing, Teen Titans are my some of my faves, and of course, big Something's Killing the Children fan as well. So I've been collecting not as long as Uncle Gary, and my collection is nowhere near as impressive as Uncle Gary's. So
but it's pretty damn impressive.
It's got its moments. It's got its moments. So I have to fight in Fight Club. I'm ready.
Look,
There's quite a bit of comments going on. So yeah,
his war books. I can't match his war books. I can't even get close to matching his war books. He is the man. There's only one person I know that has a better collection of war books than him, and that's Damien Hill. But
That's
he is, yeah, or he is he's our dealer.
Yeah.
So.
Nice. All right.
So
glad to have you on, Mike. And
Glad to be
earlier
here.
you glad to have you. And like I said, you were showing me some of yours earlier, like some of your slabs, like your first appearance of Sergeant Rock and everything. So yes, a very impressive collection, my friend. Before I get onto the comic news, we got a lot. Chris was saying Stallion, and Richard was already guessing. I'm guessing for Variant Insanity, going with TMNT.
Was there a Turtles book today, Mike? Did you notice a Turtles?
I didn't see one.
Yeah.
Dan said it better not be a Legion member on the F list. And
I think we taught him last time. Don't mess with the Legion flight ring. Anybody has a Legion flight ring is not an F list. Yeah.
Chris says the Orb should be on the F list.
The Orb is an A-lister. Okay, come on.
The Orb.
Let's see this. I think the Madcap is an F lister either.
He popped in my head.
Yeah, we got quite a bit of conversation going on. Actually, we'll go to the Orb pops out. It's pretty bad. Oh, Ghost Rider.
Sounds like a personal problem.
Yeah, it sounds like a hemorrhoid.
Yeah. Hey, I don't mind scrapping, Mr. Keith.
Yeah.
Oh,
he'll scrap. He'll scrap.
Yeah,
it's first on the podcast, but he has joined us on Comic Character of the Week. So.
Yeah.
That's right.
And all right, so there we go. Dan says no Turtles book today.
Yeah, I didn't think there was a Turtles today.
But yeah, but like I said, it's going to be a fun show today, and we'll be reading Wonder Woman, the Hiketeia. I've got my deluxe edition here, and like I said, we'll be having a very fun F list today. So especially for both of you guys, having random panel of the week, Variant Insanity will return today. Mike will be the man with 5 statements for right or wrong. But to start us off, I will get us going with the comic book news. And there isn't too much comic book news this week, but one of the things is that Marvel has changed X-Men comic books due to fan backlash. What was going on was there was a lot of the scan pages, which you have to scan this to go to that, and people were really complaining, so they took it out. And also going on is that the Voltron movie that has already said that Henry Cavill will be a part of it. They cast 3 new stars in the new Voltron movie. Those stars are Sterling K. Brown, Rita Ora, and John Kim. Yeah, so guys, we'll go with the Marvel changing the comic books. So it was this, if you're not too familiar with all the new X-Men comic books, from the ashes, they would have a page where you could scan to go to like an extra page, and people were complaining saying, hey, now we like to just read our comic books. We don't want to go on our phones for it. And then the Marvel senior editor, Tom Brifford, was explaining that it was just kind of extra stuff. Like you don't need to go to that page to continue the story. You're not missing out, but so many people took it as you were missing out, and they got so mad at it that they decided to take it out. So in the new Storm #1, it is not missing a page. It's just Marvel's not going to do that anymore, where you got to scan to get extra pages.
Just another reason that I don't read the X-Men.
You're not reading any of the 10 X-Men stuff going on right now, Exceptional and Canny, all of them.
I stopped at Claremont.
So you didn't even give Gail a chance?
I have her first issue, I think. I don't think I've read it, though.
Okay. Well, you haven't given Gail a chance.
No, I haven't given Gail a chance. I'm so far behind in everything else.
We were at a convention we did, and he was Gail Simone's handler, and Gail Simone said nobody handled her as well as Mike did ever. So he's got that in his quiver.
So I've got that going for me, which is
yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Jamie says no more team members. We'll see. We have heard that before. Chris says, love the book, can't pronounce it.
What book is that?
The Hiketeia?
Oh, Hiketeia. Yeah, it is a great book. It's good they changed it.
It's a good exchange, but the X-Men would get rid of that. He said it was stupid.
It was just an extra step, but it's not like, I doubt that there's anybody, even an old man like me, actually scanned it just to see what the hell it was. And it was no big deal. Whenever they do a collected edition, I wonder if they'll throw it in there or not.
They should.
Yeah, you would think it's already artwork that's done. So, yeah.
Yeah, what do you guys think about Voltron? Any Voltron fans?
I remember watching the show, as a kid, and so interesting to see the live action. It'd be kind of interesting to see how they do the special effects with the robots and stuff like that.
Is he a Transformer or is it a different universe?
Kind of like a Power Rangers kind of thing.
Okay, so it's different.
Yeah,
different franchise. Okay, I know nothing of it. I know the name. That's it.
Yeah, it's like they're lions, right? And I can't they're all the. Is that what they are? They usually have like a lion, different lion.
Anybody in the chat? Yeah. And then, because I'm not too familiar with Voltron, but yeah, it reminds me from what I've seen. I think it's more like you said, like robot stuff, but not Transformers. More like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Yeah.
And Dan says they said they would put the pages in the collected editions. Oh, for the X-Men, that's good. Yeah, but Voltron, who knows? There's a good people to have cast, and Henry Cavill obviously is going to bring a lot of fans,
right?
And then Sterling K. Brown is more of a serious actor, so he's good with
that. Are they
that.
just going to be doing voice work then?
Not too sure if they're going to do voice work or actually have them in there.
Okay.
Yeah, and then Rita Ora. I was thinking of her as a singer, and I know she's the wife of Taika Waititi, so I don't know if we'll see how her acting goes. Now, I see you guys knew that it was just me pronouncing the name. Tim and Jamie always laughed at the way I said Taika Waititi's name.
Listen,
the way he said it.
I'm not going to criticize a titty, so why would I?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, really.
And then the other one, John Kim, I'm not too familiar with, but hey, this may be the time for him to make his name.
Yeah, really.
And Chris said he wasn't allowed to watch Voltron. It was the devil.
Wow.
Ooh, then I guess I should stay away from that movie.
We can watch it wearing, if you're wearing your cross, you can watch it. It'd be like Dracula. You can fend it off.
Yeah.
What you shouldn't watch is The Exorcist. That one you shouldn't watch.
I saw that when I was a kid.
That should have scarred you.
Maybe that's why I am the way I am. But Dan says, grew up watching Voltron. I'm interested to see what they do with this. It was like Power Rangers a decade before they existed.
Yeah.
And Chris says his grandfather claimed that Voltron was Japan's payback for the A-bomb. Whoa.
Wow. Shot fired. Wow.
I'm guessing he did not like Voltron.
I guess not.
I guess he was saying Voltron was their way to rot our minds.
It's true.
And we don't need any help rotting our minds. We rotted our minds just fine on our own. Thank you.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
that's why we read comics.
Yeah, and also to make us strong, right?
Like you strong, baby. Reading
Strong
comics.
like bull.
Strong like bull.
Oh yeah.
Smell like one too. Yeah. Mm.
Well, me, I have no sense of smell, so I'm just gonna say that I smell like a mixture of roses and cinnamon toast crunch and cologne. Just
And so you don't have
I used to-
strangers coming up and just taking a bite out of you all the time.
no.
Hold you down, pour syrup on you.
I don't know. Maybe I just think I'm being paranoid, but maybe really sometimes people are trying to do that.
Okay.
Maybe that's the real. I'll be looking out for it. Chris
I
said
don't know.
that Chris said he actually did love Voltron.
Devil.
Yeah, he was converted.
He's of the devil.
He is of the devil.
Satanist.
No, we're gonna have to get me my holy water to hose this whole show down, to bless this show.
Well, if we're gonna get holy water for Chris, we better get the 30-gallon drums.
The fire hose.
Yeah.
All right, guys, but yeah, so not too much on the news today. Like I say, just Marvel changing it up for the comic books, and then the Voltron movie, and then Dan is coming in with some lies, and he says, according to Sonny's action figures, he smells like terror. There's Mike. There's a lot of lies about me that go on.
That's what I've heard. That's what I've heard.
Mike, the box of mangled action figures was truly frightening. Dan aptly said that Sonny was like Sid in the first Toy Story movie. That's exactly what. I mean, he had action figure. Every action figure is missing a piece. It's like the it's like this the land of misfit toys. They're all mangled and destroyed. I don't know if Sonny showed us an intact toy the whole night.
There was. There really was. But hey, like I said, there's lies.
Lies.
Like we were talking earlier when we said that I do acting, and like an actor, there's always the lying rumors that I break toys. One time I posted a video on TikTok and someone said deviant, and that someone was my mom. So someone said mommy's little deviant, but it was, like I said, more lies.
Lies.
Just me acting.
They always want to bring you down.
Always. It's insane. But speaking of insane,
I knew he was going there.
Last week there was an announcement that Variant Insanity was over. The website that how Sale got all the info, and he was the one who always would give me the info, it was done. But the slab guy got to work. He threatened to put somebody on the slab, and he got them to get that information back.
Wow.
So, everybody,
see, Sal
is back.
Sal had to make it come back because of that catchy little Variant Insanity intro. He couldn't let that go to waste. So Sal put some foot up somebody's ass and made it come back.
Yeah, he did. He made it because last week we were like, this is the last time playing it, and then a day or two later he messages me and he's like, I got it back. Don't worry, it's back.
Listen, we shouldn't stereotype, but Sal is Italian.
Hey, he's got his ways.
He's got there's some from friends of his that might have stepped on some necks.
Yeah. But before we get to this, Dan is lying again, saying that I'm the Patrick Bateman of toy collecting. And Chris said he's reading Ed Pisker's Red Room, and it's excellent.
Oh, that was Gary's favorite book. Gary loved that book.
Let me tell you something. I bought that book and gave it back to Comic Logic and said, get this out of my sight. I will not have this in my house. Torture porn is not for me. So
unless he's doing it.
Yeah, well, even then,
you were the one who introduced me to Amputee Love, Uncle Gary.
Amputee Love was not torture porn.
No.
Amputee Love, they had already lost those limbs.
It's a how-to book.
Yeah, it's a how-to. It was an instruction guide written by an amputee.
We need a prequel to see how it all happened. But okay, everybody. Yeah, like I said, we are on Variant Insanity. And like I said, it is back. Sal gave me the info. So, would anybody like to guess what was the comic book this week that had the most variants?
Mike, you got a guess?
Hmm.
Dan says Sal showed them pictures of Sonny's toy collection and said that's what he would do to them if they didn't give him the info he wanted.
That's exactly that. That would do it. That would do it.
And here we are, and now it is back, so it worked.
I think Absolute Superman.
I will echo that. Absolute Superman.
Absolute Superman. Okay, anybody in the audience? See, we've got quite a few people commenting today. Let it be known, what comic book do you think had the most variants this week? All right, it's going to go. I'm going to give you the countdown up to 10, the 9, 8, the 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Sonny, you did all your numbers in order. That was really good.
I did it. It's been a crazy day, but I got all 10 of them. And Dan also says Absolute Superman. And if only you guys went with one of the typical answers. Thundercats.
Oh, I didn't know.
Apex number 1
Thundercats
has the most variants.
I didn't know that's.
I
So,
didn't even know that was a book.
It's I think it's like Thundercats at least once a month, and it's Mutant Ninja Turtles like 2 or 3 times.
It's Dynamite. Dynamite's the one doing all this all the time.
All right, so would anybody like to guess as to how many variants it had?
On the cover, they had 20, so let's go with 20. At the bottom, it had 20 years of Dynamite or whatever. So
Dan says he knows Venom is in second place. All right, so Uncle Gary, you're going with 20.
I'll say 15.
You say 15. Anybody in the audience? Dan says, damn, he didn't know Thundercats came out this week.
Yeah, I didn't either. I didn't see the damn thing. Dan says 25.
25, all right. I'll give a quicker countdown. The 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This week, Thundercats Apex number 1 had a total of 29 variants.
Oh, jeez. Wow. All right.
There you go.
Wow.
Dan wins.
He was the closest, 25.
Well, closeness without going over.
Chris was pretty close. He said 7,523.
Just missed that one, Chris.
Wow, Chris. Missed it by that much.
Just a few thousand off. But yeah, so there we go. Thundercats is back with 29 variants. Mike, are you a guy who gets the variant issues? Well, some of them. I know you hit some of the some of these kind of like children.
Yeah, I get some of them. I try to. I've had to try to cut back. You know, you
Me too.
A lot of them, but now it's just being selective. I did pick up a really good variant from Batman Smells Robin Laid an Egg. That came out this week. So
Nice.
Which variant you get? The Superman one or the
Dead Man?
So did I. That was great. That was a great variant.
Uncle Gary, you gonna be showing it off this weekend?
Yes, I will.
All right, I will be tuning in for After Dark.
Yep, really cool Dead Man variant. Yep.
Yeah, who's that artist?
Is it Bermejo?
Yeah, Bermejo. Yeah, he did the great
Joker.
Last Christmas Joker with the Robin sitting on his lap, the Christmas one.
Yeah. Kid dressed as Robin crying.
Okay, that is an awesome cover, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Mike, let's see, yeah. Dan was saying, but yeah, we already agreed that Dan, you pretty much won by Price is Right rules.
He does.
Even though you didn't get it on the dot. But now it's time for the first time. Usually, we have right or wrong. We give our 5 statements. And this time, Mighty Mike, you're going to come in and give your 5 statements. Everybody, feel free to comment right or wrong.
All right, here's the first one. No one cares about the Legion of Superheroes. Okay? Nobody cares. Nobody cares about
so wrong. That is so wrong. Listen, Because if you had said hardly anyone, but you said no one, there's one right here. And Dan cares. Dan had his flight ring the other day.
They're just a low budget Teen Titans, okay?
Who predates who?
I'm not sure.
Legion predates them.
Who still has the series going?
Well, that's besides the point.
Dan's already jumping out saying wrong.
I asked which predated it. Wrong. Yeah. See, he's wrong on that one.
But yeah, like I said, if you said hardly anyone, but yeah, there's a couple of people in the world who cares.
Chris Schwartzlander. Well, Chris, where the hell are you at on this? He loves the Legion. Come on, Chris.
The last time Gary showed off on the weekend, he got a restraining order from the city of Fairfax.
Hey, the statute of limitations has expired on that, Bubba. So you can let that go.
And Mr. Keith says wrong too. All right. Mike, let's see. What is statement number 2?
All right. So statement number 2 is World War Hulk was a joke. Okay. Everybody had beaten the Hulk already. I mean, Captain America beat the Hulk, Spider-Man beat the Hulk, everybody, my mother beat the Hulk, and of course they used that he was just so strong because he was so mad. But that series was just an awful bad joke, except for the end when the Sentry came in and kicked his ass. Because we all know the Sentry is the most powerful superhero. So
who's that guy? No, okay.
Exactly.
Bob. That's Bob.
Bob
is the Sentry.
So, wow, what I said, World War Hulk was it trash?
It was a joke.
Trash.
It was a joke. You know what? I haven't read it, so I'm just gonna say wrong. I don't want to put it down before reading it.
I got a right from Mr. Dan Kelly.
Dan says right.
Here,
what about
didn't
you?
love it.
Yeah.
Didn't love. I thought it was way overrated. So I guess I'm one with that too. I didn't dig it.
Yeah, it seems that not many people did dig it. Well, I guess maybe I'll put it down the list of stuff I should read. All right, let's see.
But you know what? It was better than Spaceship Hulk.
Oh yeah,
years ago.
Totally better than Spaceship Hulk.
Yeah.
You've now introduced me. I did not know there was a Spaceship Hulk.
Oh yeah, don't.
You know what? It's so stupid. I can't even explain it to you.
I could explain it to you when I read it. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Just the name of it, Spaceship Hulk.
Well, it wasn't called that. That's what we're calling. We're paraphrasing.
Oh,
yeah. We're paraphrasing.
And Chris says they should have left Hulk on Planet Hulk.
Exactly. I agree.
All right, number 3.
So I think for the most part, continuity should be ignored, and the focus should be on telling the good story. I'm not saying ignore all continuity. I'm just saying give us a good story. It doesn't have to be in continuity, but
Can it be incontinent?
It can be incontinent.
Okay. Well, in that case,
definitely the Brown Lantern would be there.
Yes, incontinent. I'm on board with that statement. I agree.
Ooh.
Tell me a story. Tell me a good story.
Tell me a good story.
Hey, this is when Tom King tells us best stories, when it's not in continuity or in canon.
Yeah, I could say right. I mean, not to mess up continuity, but I'm more than fine with it being just a story that's no continuity, just focus on the one story itself. So, yeah.
Right.
I'll say right. And Dan was talking about, he said that was the Danny Cates run. I think that's the Hulk talk. But he says right to an extent. Mr. Keith says wrong, but it depends.
Well, that gets back to the incontinence. You need the depends.
Boosh, we will get back to those first few questions in a moment. Number 4.
They should never make a new Fantastic Four movie. It just doesn't work. It's going to bomb. It doesn't translate.
I will say wrong because I want to believe, as much as it keeps failing, I want to believe that there's going to be a good one out there.
What is that? What is the definition of insanity? Keep doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results.
Exactly.
Listen, I will say that it's got some juice with Downey as Doom, but you got to show me. I'm going to be from Missouri today. You got to show me. So I'm going to say right.
Yeah.
And that's your neighbor. Missouri's your neighbor.
Yep.
Sunny.
Shiny state.
Mm-hmm.
A neighbor that I don't ever visit. All right, number 5, the last one.
All right. There should never be an origin story for the Joker.
Oh, that's
never.
Right.
He's
Right.
not crazy. He's just pure evil and insanity. Just pure evil. Never give us an origin story.
I agree with that.
I say right. I like that you kind of don't know.
Mm-hmm. One of the
Makes
coolest
some
things
charms.
one of the coolest things about Ledger, when he portrayed the Joker, was he kept getting different stories about how he got the scars. So you have no idea what is real and what's not. That's what you like about the Joker. You like all the ambiguity. You like all the misdirection, where you don't know, you have no idea what to believe and what not to believe.
Yeah, that Joker right there.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Heath Ledger. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, so there we go. And this was there was some about 4 being wrong, but then I believe this was about 5 being right from Bougie, and Chris says agreed. And Dan also says 100% right.
Dan really agreed.
Okay, so now we can, if we're going through them all, we'll do a quick little chat about each of them. Number 1 was about that nobody cared about the Legion of Superheroes, right?
Nobody cares so much that he's sitting here with a Legion flight ring ready to go, and that he defended Matter Eater Lad from the planet Bismol, that he couldn't be an F-lister. So somebody cares about the goddamn Legion of Superheroes, and that's me. And it's not just me. Dan Kelly, Chris Schwartzlander, Legion of Superheroes. I think Mr. Keith cared. I think Booge cared. Legion of Superheroes rocks.
Yeah.
Not enough people care about the Legion of Superheroes.
That's because
the
they
problem.
don't have Bouncing Boy anymore. Okay.
Let me tell you something. You want to make fun of Bouncing Boy?
I know. I'm a big Bouncing Boy fan. I resemble Bouncing Boy.
Well, yeah. And who did he marry?
I can't remember.
Duo Damsel, a chick that can split into 2, and that's who he married. That has much respect right there. And I'm not sure if he dated her when she was Triplicate Girl before one of the selves was killed. That makes it even better. But he bagged two for the price of 1. Much respect.
And Dan even says that Pam cared.
Pam, thank you, Pam.
You know what
Pam,
they say? If you could touch one person, but hey, I guess the Legion has touched a handful of people. A couple dozen people care about them.
And I will say that question really was, just
it was for me. He was screwing with me. I know that. that was a shot at me. I knew when those words tumbled out of his mouth, I knew exactly why he said that. He was jabbing me. So yeah.
All right, that's very interesting. All right. And then number 2's question was
World War Hulk was just a joke.
And everybody was saying that, yes. I just gave it wrong because I said I haven't read it yet, so I didn't want to put it down. But yeah, it sounds like that. And what we guys saying? And Space Hulk are 2 comic books I should be asked by.
It is. I think the French had a word, garbage.
Garbage.
That's one French word I do know. I do say garbage.
The World War Hulk. I thought it was really overhyped. I mean, a lot of people love it now. A lot of people love it, but it just like, all right, sure. But the stupid Donny Cates run, where Banner was piloting Hulk's.
I don't know what he was piloting.
I can't even explain it. It was like he was piloting the Hulk like it was a spaceship. I
want to see this now.
Don't go down that. It's a waste. It's terrible. It's terrible.
Horrible. It's a terrible thing.
Terrible. Give me Planet Hulk. Give me World War Hulk.
Yeah.
Give me Spaceship Hulk.
All right, and your 3rd question was about continuity.
Continuity, that it should be. Don't totally ignore it, but mostly you could ignore it to tell a good story.
Or you should ignore it to tell a good story. Yeah, I agree.
It was a bit mixed. Some people were saying right to an extent. Some people said wrong extent. I said right, and like I said, obviously don't want to completely ignore it. If you're gonna mess with it, like you're gonna kill a character off or change somebody's origin, but I'm more than fine with the story that just says we're not paying attention. We're just sticking to this.
Yeah, this is the story.
Yeah,
much like the book we're reading right now.
Exactly. Yes, I'm good with that. And then your fourth one was
No Fantastic Four movie. Don't do it.
Fantastic
Don't
Four.
do it.
Mr.
gonna
Keith
fail.
did say he said wrong, but it could be bad after 4 tries. And yeah, and Dan was saying too, yeah, wrong. At some point, they'll blindly stumble into a decent movie.
You know, I just don't know what it is. The FF just does not translate
Yeah.
somehow to an exciting movie. It just it doesn't. And just think of the Marvel. You know, the FF was so important when it was first created, but you know that they're not even you know. And FF1 was the Marvel book you needed to have. Was the most expensive Marvel book, you know, of the Silver Age, and you know, in the years that have gone by, you know, it's been surpassed by AF-15 and Hulk 1. So after AF-15, Hulk 1 is the most expensive Marvel book from the you know, from the Silver Age, from the early 60s, where for so many years it was FF1 was the book. So I mean, you know, am I happy I have it? Sure. Happy I have every issue? Sure. But the FF isn't Marvel's most exciting property. I mean, my God, give me the Avengers, you know, give me the X-Men over that. But you know, the FF is cool and it was trailblazing and all that, but it's, you know, it's not Marvel's most exciting team by far.
Marvel's first family, but hey, we'll see what happens over the summer. I hope it's good, but I won't be getting my hopes up
When
too
is
high.
the FF movie due?
It is somewhere in the summertime, I believe.
This summer.
Yep,
And is Doom supposed to be part of this movie?
I believe so. I believe I
With
would,
Downey?
I would guess so.
Or is it a Secret Wars type thing they're doing with Downey? I don't know.
Yeah, you know what? They haven't officially said if that Doctor Doom will be in there. They've just said he's gonna play him, but you're right, he might not be in there. Who knows? Danny DeVito as Mole Man. It's what we want.
That would be cool.
I see that happening. Yeah. I think is it Melvin? Is Mole Man Melvin? I think his name is Melvin.
Melvin the Mole Man. All right. And then your number 5 was
no origin story for the Joker.
No.
Everybody was agreeing. We all agree. Yeah. Not much. Yeah, we love how he is and the mystery behind him.
Exactly.
Barry, you know, 4 of those questions were excellent, Mike.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, if you take rid of that first question, it was good.
I think it served its purpose.
It did. Yeah. Opening salvo. Took a shot.
Shot fired.
Right across the bow.
Yep.
Yeah, he did. But you didn't know I'd have my Legion flight ring right here ready, did you? Yeah.
I have one somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were ready for that, Uncle Gary.
He always wears his flight ring everywhere he goes.
I do. Yeah.
Now I believe it. You just pull it right out. All right. So now it is time, everyone, for the random panel of the week.
There we go.
Mini Superman in very short shorts using what looks like dentures to bite a guy's booty. It says, "My motto: get to the bottom of the thing."
That is Doll Man.
Doll Man.
Oh. That is a Golden Age hero named Doll Man doing that.
His butt, or
he is using like a set of dentures to bite somebody in the ass.
Oh, okay.
But that hero is Doll Man.
Doll Man.
Well, there we go. He looks a lot like a mini Superman, but I'll let you tell a little bit of the history of what's going on. Why he's
taking a bite out of crime.
He really is.
He's
freedom fighters, Doll Man?
Yes, he was affiliated. He was one of the quality heroes.
Right.
So he was affiliated with the Freedom Fighters and Phantom Lady and all that. So, yeah. So he was, quality that had Plastic Man and those other heroes. So he was in that stable of heroes. But that is definitely Doll Man. Yep.
Gotcha.
Doll Man.
Yep.
So, but Doll Man, doesn't he sometimes use like dolls? Is that what it is, or he just made himself?
He's just that size.
Yeah.
He's just that size. I know, Sonny. You look at him, you're thinking, man, I'd like to rip that arm off. Yeah, I'd like to rip his arms and legs off.
I can break that guy.
Yeah, I can tear him a piece. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Chris says he wears his Legion flight ring in a very special way. You can see the way he drags me along when I fly.
Wow.
The RCF from the Freedom Fighters. But so that doll man, he was, but especially he would deserve to get broken if he did that to me. If he's going around biting butts.
Looks like he has a set of dentures that you see in the dentist office, and he's using it to bite that dude in the ass.
Yeah. Or maybe the guy sat on him on accident.
Maybe.
I feel a little bad. He's very short. He's very small.
Yeah.
He's very small.
All right, guys. There's a random panel of the week, and now it is time for the F list. Okay, guys. Joining the F list today is Cosmic Boy.
Oh,
Cosmic Boy, don't you remember you're useless today? Look at that outfit. Look at that. He looks like he's ready. It's 1982, and he's ready to meet about 50 guys at the club today. And there he is. How do you explain that outfit? This super tiny short underwear. The outfit goes only up to his nipples, and you see his six pack. And the others need you. And here he is again.
Oh man, you have.
Here he is. I can't light lass. And here he's with clothes on. He's still a geek. I mean,
you are so off the beaten path. Matter Eater Lad is not as high at the tier as Cosmic Boy. Cosmic Boy is a founding member of the Legion of Superheroes. He is like Magneto with his powers controlling metal. So he's got that kind of power level. So he's from the planet Braille. He is a founding member of the Legion of Superheroes. He and Lightning Lad have been elected leader multiple times. Saturn Girl is the other founding member of the three. So
he says, I'm pretty sure he wore that outfit to the Grammys.
Okay, so that outfit.
How dare you?
The worst thing, the worst thing about that character was that stupid iteration of the costume. But it was like, how does it stay up? Well, it stays up because it was made with metallic fibers. So with his powers, he can keep that costume affixed to him at all times.
Sonny, I couldn't agree with you more. I think you're right on board. Yeah.
You're so wrong. So wrong with chat. What did Chris say?
He said something. Cosmic Boy is a founding member, the Legion legend. I mean, maybe.
Yeah, but where can he be found now? Besides back issues.
Some people online actually agreed with me. Someone said, "What's his powers?" And someone said, lip syncing, death drops, voguing, makeup skills, throwing shade, great storytelling. Someone said he's also fierce. He's also a fierce
dollar bills
interior designer. Yeah, hairstylist, and does the most darling floral arrangements.
Do you make fun of Magneto's powers?
Love Magneto. He's one of the greatest characters
Magneto's
ever.
got a cool outfit, though.
Well, he's got a helmet. But Cosmic Boy has the same powers and predates Magneto. And let's see. So for an F-lister, the first appearance of that F-lister there, that you want to call him, is in the thousands of dollars. Adventure Comics 247, with the first appearance of Cosmic Boy, Lightning Lad, Saturn Girl, and the Legion of Superheroes, is one of the top 20 Silver Age comics by value. So just by that alone, it cannot be an F-list character.
I mean, I know history's just a geek, he's just he's one of the whole. Well, look at that outfit. That's him with the clothes on. He's still. Look at that outfit.
You know what? Just because you couldn't pull that outfit off, don't be mad at him.
I may have to try. So right now we're at 2-1.
Rock Friend. What a name, Rock. See,
we're at 2-1.
Yeah.
Looks like.
Well, in the chat you're not. In the chat you're outnumbered.
Well, Uncle Gary, I got something to tell you.
Not enough.
I'm just messing with you. My introduction to Cosmic Boy was a little hero clicks.
Okay.
So one day I was reading and I saw this horrible outfit. We could put that outfit in the F list.
That outfit, I will agree. That outfit needs to go to the F list. I will agree with that.
So I was gonna wait for around April Fool's Day, and Mike, it's your first episode. I said, let me do something special.
Did y'all coordinate that with his
No.
leading question with this? Oh,
Nope.
y'all.
No, I was like,
But-
wow, when you asked that. So
See, screwed up minds think alike. Good job, fellas.
Exactly.
Yeah. The deviant minds think alike. That's what it
there
is.
we go.
There we go.
Yep. There you go.
So there you go. It's
Two deviants in a pod.
a little bit of a joke. So now we go on to who will really make the F list. The character really joining the F list today
It better not be Lightning Lad. Okay.
is Hoopster.
Hoopster.
And you
Oopster.
see him there. He says, haha, again, the Blackhawks are the fools. They'll never, lost my boot. No time to retrieve it. And then there
Wow.
he is. He's
Wow.
on
Look at that.
Blackhawk. Yeah, Hoopster, the villain of 1,000 Hoops.
Okay, I tell you what. That being said, that's a cool cover.
That is cool.
That
cover.
is a cool cover.
He stinks, but the cover is very cool. The
Blackhawks
villain of 1,000
135.
Hoops. Yeah, there he is shooting a whole bunch of hoops. And Yumkin Yimini, look out, man. Yeah.
Well,
Is
the
he
Blackhawks were international, so that was their Norwegian one.
Yeah. Look at him shooting it, and then there he gets away in a huge bicycle, but it looks like there's no seat. I don't know how
It's on the train tracks. He's just holding on. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot of core work to be able to hold that.
And there he is. He says, boys. And then Blackhawks come. No, the Blackhawks. We can't complain about sabotaged hoops. So
And his
there's
name
the
was
man
Hoop-
really joining the F list today, Hoopster.
Wow. In that, he looks like the human bomb.
That's what I was thinking. you
Yeah.
know?
And I was going to say, human bomb's not an F lister, but Hoopster, yeah, Hoopster's got to go.
Yeah. Even, so
Oopster.
even Chrissy, all they need to do was draw a neckline and color the costume pink, but no. And then, the Hoopster stole the human bombs. Yeah.
Yep.
So
I
see,
agree.
I know my history. I knew the Cosmic Boy wasn't an F lister. But Hoopster, I said, this one I got to get you guys.
Okay. Very, very good.
That's a good
Yeah,
one.
I thought y'all had a coordinated plan of attack.
It just worked perfectly, Mike.
Yes, it did.
All right. Would anybody like to take a guess as to the history of Hoopster?
Hoopster.
Got no idea.
Hoopster worked at the Whammo company in the late 50s when they invented the hula hoop. And after seeing so many nubile young women doing the hula hoop and shaking their hips like that, it sent him into a deviant, which y'all can understand, a deviant frenzy when he couldn't get these women, and it made him angry. And so what he did with his anger was he would lash out and create these hoop-themed devices to make the Blackhawks angry. And that's what he would do. But this is all because of the hula hoop and the inability to get any of the women that could swivel their hips and keep that hula hoop going for more than 15 seconds. And his inability to do that made him an angry deviant that used hoops as a weapon.
Well, Uncle Gary, this guy Hoopster was, I don't know how long ago that happened, but it was in the 50s when this comic book was made. So Hoopster was, as we can see, his one and only appearance was in Blackhawk issue 135. And hey, today we're on episode 135 of the Codex podcast. So yeah, Hoopster, the villain of 1,000, the villain with 1,000 hoops.
That's a cool cover, though.
Yeah.
I dig that. I dig that cover, man.
But other than that, he's not part of anything good. He, is a villain. And before, in that issue, there he is using all those hoops that he got, like you said, maybe from being, because he couldn't get with any ladies, so he made all those hoops. And it was causing crimes, and he was robbing. And eventually, there he is giving more trouble. It wasn't too long. His issue isn't too long, or his part. His story doesn't even take up the whole place. It isn't even the whole comic book of Blackhawks, or Blackhawk 135. There was multiple stories in it, and this was one. He was robbing, causing trouble with the hoops. And then when the Blackhawks caught him, he went to get away on his wheel, but this happened, and he got his boot stuck. As we can see, he said there's no time to retrieve it, so he left, and that's when they looked, and they realized, well, when they were looking for Blackhawk, they were trained by a guy. The guy just so happens to be the one who was robbing them. So they recognized his boot. He trained them, then he left his boot, and they say, hey, this is the boot of the guy who trained us. So there he is when he was boys, and then they caught him, and that was the end
Of the hoopster.
of the Hoopster, and he was never seen again. So he was created, except Blackhawk 135, which the cover date was April 1959, and he was created by Dick Dillon.
Dick Dillon, who longtime Justice League artist. So it looks like, wow, first killer show. It looks like Blackhawk, the first DC issue, I believe, was issue 108 because it was a quality issue. So about the same time GI Combat became a DC book, I think Blackhawk did too, because this is January of 57 is the first DC book. Does that sound that's like your timeline on GI Combat, Mike?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So I think so that was just a few years in that that's I just think that's a cool cover, right? That's
Mr. Keith says he was in the sequel to the Hudsucker Proxy, where Tim Robbins goes mad with power after inventing the hula hoop.
There you go.
So that's what happened. He left comics and went to movies. Yeah.
Yes.
So next time anybody gets a hula hoop, you could remember the Hoopster, and he has 1,000 of them.
1001.
Yeah.
1001 hoops.
But he doesn't know how to keep his boots on. So
No, these hoops were made for walking.
Chris says, I was born in Hoopston, Illinois. The Hoopster was our official super dud.
Super tight.
Wow.
There you guys go. So there we go. Uncle Gary, I know what I'm doing. I knew I had to get you on Cosmic Boy. But the real F-lister today
Is the hoopster.
is the Hoopster.
I'll give you Hoopster. We'll put him on the F list. But that cover was cool.
It's still a very cool cover. I would give him that.
I like that cover a lot.
Fine, yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you're going to be looking for.
I might buy
Yeah,
that book just to get that cover. Yeah.
On the hunt. Yeah, so there's multiple stories in there. So his is just one of many. And guys, now it is time. We've gone through the F list. We've even joked that we were going to put somebody on the F list, but it is time for our review. And today we...
Well, did we all agree that he's an F-lister?
I think so.
Is there anybody who does not agree, who thinks the Hoopster should not be left? Yes, good thing. We do always have that part where we talk about it. Yes, we all agree he's an F-lister. Can the Hoopster get out of the F-list, though, one day? Is there hope?
No.
I hear he's in the new Fantastic Four movie.
Oh, well, that'll do it.
Yeah, no. Nope, who knows? There may be a character like him.
Yep.
But yeah, Hoopster, I think we all agree. He stays in the F list. And now it is time for our review. Today we are reviewing Wonder Woman, the Hiketeia. And Tim, we miss you. I'm always used to sending it over to Tim to do the credits. But today I will start us off with the credits. And I don't have it written down. I just have the book right by me. So I'll just pull it out. And Wonder Woman, the Hiketeia, was written by Greg Rucka, and the penciler, the artist is J.G. Jones, who also did the great cover work. And the inker was Wade Von Grauberger, the colorist was Dave Stewart, and the letterer was Todd Klein. So, Wonder Woman, the Hiketeia. So, the Hiketeia is when somebody goes to someone and they say, they basically ask for their protection, but agree that they will do whatever the person asks. Obviously, no abuse is allowed, and the person, if they agree to do it, they will protect that person, right? And they will treat them good, but they welcome them into their home. They welcome them as one of their own and will always protect them. So, a woman by the name of Danielle comes to Wonder Woman asking for help. Actually, she's being hit, and then she kills the guy, and Batman chases her, and she runs to Wonder Woman and asks for Hiketeia. And Wonder Woman agrees. So Wonder Woman does say, she welcomes Danielle into her home. And even Danielle was wondering, do you want to know what I did? And she said, nope, I've agreed. I'm just here to protect you and help you. But there are the three Iranians. I'm trying to think if I'm pronouncing that right. The Irans or Iranese.
The
Basically,
Furies.
The Furies,
the Furies, they did call them, yeah. And they have
which
the
is not the Furries. That's a whole different book.
It's a whole different book.
yeah.
Whole different book.
They got the snakes on their heads, and they say, they remind Wonder Woman that, hey, you've agreed. You don't protect her. We will, you give up. We will rip your skin from you. We will do this. And Wonder Woman, she knows the risks. So she agrees to help Danielle. But Batman is after Danielle because she has murdered 4 people. Wonder Woman does say, there is more to the story. There's more why Danielle. She's not just a serial killer. There's a big story as to why she's doing it, for revenge, for justice. But Batman is out to he wants to arrest Danielle, bring her in, but Wonder Woman has sworn to Hiketeia, and she puts that above all, and she will defend Danielle. And the 2 classic characters, the 2 legendary characters of Batman and Wonder Woman, do clash in battle. I'll let you guys read the rest of the story. If anybody wants to know, I won't give away the end. I mean, it might happen. It might come up as we chat about it. But right now, I'll stop there and see that there is some great battles between Wonder Woman and Batman. This is a quick story. It's a quick graphic novel. I absolutely loved it. I thought it was really great to see Wonder Woman, a great Wonder Woman story. I first heard about this story on a show called Comic Character of the Week. And since it was recommended, I was like, let me check this out. And I'm so glad I did. This is an incredible story. The storytelling is amazing. I really like how they make Wonder Woman. And, obviously, even though I love Batman, I was rooting for Wonder Woman in the story. And the artwork is beautiful. It's quick. It's amazing. I have nothing bad to say about it. I highly recommend it. And I do agree. I think it is one of the best Wonder Woman stories. For me, Sonny Kruger on the Codex Podcast with the Codex Station, I give Wonder Woman the Hiketeia 10.
There we go. Wow. We
Nice.
gave you throwing 10s.
On with the 10.
Woo!
All right.
Yeah.
Well, who would like to go next?
I'll go next. This is my first time reading it. Gary gave me a copy to read.
Show that copy. Show that copy's got scribbles in it.
So I got Gary's got a couple autographs in here and a remark from the artists and the writer.
Drawing.
Yep.
So
Nice.
I love the story.
Real quick, Chris is giving it away, and he says that she stole Batman's Pokemon cards. Okay, that's the reason to fight over.
Well,
Yeah.
did he? What's the really Charizard? Is that what she stole? The Charizard.
I think so.
Yeah.
I got 2 Charizards. He said it's a great story, and the art is phenomenal.
Yeah.
You know what I always like finding? A Squirtle, because they're really rare. When you find a Squirtle, and you keep a Squirtle.
Don't forget about those Jigglypuffs.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I actually do
We
love Pokemon.
digress. Back to Mike.
Take it away.
Greg Rucka really can't do much wrong. He's an amazing writer. If you've read, the books he's written, just amazing. I love the way it brings in some of the the ancient history of Wonder Woman and the Greek mythology. It shows actually probably one of Batman's weaknesses, where he is so, and we've seen it several times in stories with Batman, where he is so concerned with right and wrong without understanding, and just he's a hard ass. He can be a hard ass at times. So and then what he does at the end, with Wonder Woman, to won't give it away, but in their final battle to decide the fate of what's going to happen to the young lady. Just an incredible book and an incredible character studies for both, Wonder Woman being, can be that pure and, pure light and, caring and all that. And then Batman showing kind of his other side with the, writer, the law is the law, and, kind of Judge Dredd and stuff like that.
Well, you said without him understanding. I think not so much understanding; it's without compassion.
Yeah.
He understands exactly what she did and why, but he just doesn't put the compassion.
Yeah. That's
into it.
better. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really know if he's doing why though. He kind of just they didn't really show that he knew. Like she tells Wonder Woman. And
He
we know,
he always knows everything, right? So you
Right.
assume he. I mean, I'm
the
just
world's
assuming
greatest
he knows
detective.
why.
He should know. Yeah.
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 Yeah. Good point. All right. And
So
Mike.
Mike, you gotta. If you have any more review on it, or you just
No, I think
what's your grade?
it's a 10.
Woo!
10.
I'm there.
Tens. Going Sonny Kruger 10 out of 10s on that.
I'm gonna have to go find me a copy for my collection now.
Yes, I think it's definitely one everyone should have.
And I think that's cool that you hadn't read it before.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, and I love the fact it's just a self-contained story.
Yeah.
You know, and
you don't need anything else. You don't need
anything
other...
else. You don't need to know much about anything else. It's just a self-contained story. It's all there.
I love the beauty of the Hiketeia itself and how Danielle had to recite it, in a certain way for it to be accepted, and that she had studied that and she knew. It's kind of like going to an embassy, right, and asking for refuge. Right. And that's basically what she did. She went to Wonder Woman and asked for refuge, and Wonder Woman, once she accepted that oath from her, she is honor bound to protect her, to protect that girl, no matter what. And where, like Mike was saying, where Batman is all obsessed about the right or the wrong, you broke the law, you're going to pay, blah, blah, blah. Wonder Woman does not care. She does not care. She has pledged this worth, and she knows the consequences. Yeah. If she was to let Batman have this girl, the Furies would be able to, hurt her, peel her skin, everything that they threatened to do, they would have the power to do to her because she would have broken her oath, to protect this girl. And Wonder Woman isn't naive. She knows that that this girl is not exactly on the up and up, but she sensed the troubled soul and she protects her. And what I really like is, Mike mentioned it was a character study, and it is a character study. And Wonder Woman, who is love and compassion, is also one of the most badass characters out there. There were some battles between Batman and those battles were pretty one-sided.
Yeah.
They were very one-sided. The cover that y'all show on that book, the cover does happen in that book.
Yeah.
There is an Amazon boot on a cowled head.
All it takes is a little bit of pressure.
So, Batman gets his ass kicked in this book. And it's just the obsession of Batman, Wonder Woman's honor, and compassion and duty, I think were amazing. And she didn't waver at all. She didn't stutter.
No.
She said exactly what she was going to do. And this girl was under her protection no matter what she had done.
Right.
And I just thought it was a beautiful story. And, the tragedy that led this girl down these paths, and the, what had happened in her past and what she was trying, why she had hurt those people. She had just causes.
Yeah.
She had just causes for what she had done. So I think it's wonderful. And I, like y'all, will not give away how this ends. And it was just poignant. It was poignant. The art was fabulous.
Let me show you with the art of Wonder Woman giving Batman a big old punch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Fly, bats, fly. So, I think the story was fantastic. The concept was fantastic. The artwork was great. So I think I'm gonna throw out that Sonny Kruger famous 10 out of 10.
Nice.
There we go. 10 out of 10 from everyone here for Wonder Woman, the Hiketeia. And, like you said, it was just a classic story that I hope everybody reads and checks out. like I said, everything. The artwork, the story, amazing from beginning to end. Quick pace too. You quickly get into the story, and like you even said, Mike, you don't need to know much else. It just gets you right into it. And the whole thing it does, it starts, it ends, it concludes. You don't need to read this or that.
When we did our Comic Character of the Week show on this, I know for sure Dan and I had it on there, and it might have been on the other lists too. It might have been pretty damn near unanimous that this book was on the list. So that's how good it was, that it was high atop everybody's list.
That's when I was like, I need to check that story out, and I'm glad I
Well,
did.
that's how we got you. I'm glad you did. So what's really cool in that is you read this story that we recommended. It was so good. And then I got to give my best friend there the book on Sunday when he came over, and we watched the glorious Commander's victory on Sunday, and I gave him that book. And then I saw him this morning, and the first thing he said to me is, that book was awesome. And I was like, what book? He goes, the Wonder Woman book. I said, oh, yeah. So he was really excited about that.
Chris says Batman became Wonder Woman's pony girl. Chris,
Chris, why couldn't you have spoiled Hoopla or a Hoopster? Don't spoil that. So, Chris, if you haven't read it, it's a great book.
Yeah.
It is a great book.
He did say it's an incredible story.
Okay, he does.
So 10 out of 10s all around, everybody.
Tens, baby. Tens. Mike comes on this show and reviews a 10 out of 10 book. Look at that.
Yeah.
It's Mighty Mike and it's Magic Mike today.
Yeah, and too also with those questions you had or the statements earlier, especially the first one you had.
The first one was ass.
Yeah.
But the other four were good.
Mike, it worked out perfectly, even to the F list.
Yep.
Hey, like I said, I couldn't have known how well that was going to work out.
Well, there's you two playing that shit. Come on.
Great minds.
Yeah.
Great deviant minds thinking
Great
alike.
deviant minds.
Great deviant minds.
But
I think Sonny was fascinated by that costume, and then he wants to cosplay.
I saw it once, and I never forgot it.
It kind of burns itself into your brain.
Yeah, once you see it, you never forget it. But everyone, it's been a great episode. Uncle Gary, thanks for joining me again. Mike, thank you for joining us for the first time, hopefully many times on the Codex podcast. And as usual, Uncle Gary, what do you tell everybody what we want to give to everybody?
Oh, look, if you didn't know it from just looking at the regulars, when we have our special guests come in, like Mike, look at him. He is positively dripping with the socials. And like all of the other hosts we have here, we'd like nothing better than to give them to you.
So there you go. Check us at check us out on all the socials at the Code X Station. And if you'd like to get some merch, meet the team, and so much more, go to www.thecodexstation.com. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Let's see. There was one more comment, yeah. Someone stopped by, but okay. But you're still listening. Glad to hear you're still listening. And yeah, hopefully you get to check out Wonder Woman, the Hiketeia, if you haven't.
It was a Hellfire Club costume, absolutely.
I could see it being at the Hellfire Club Day at the gala. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dear God.
But they're always good fun. And I promise more fun to come on more episodes of the Codex podcast. Next week, me and Dan are set to review The Death of Captain Marvel.
Ooh. With the Jim Starlin.
Well, that's a classic.
Did Dan pick that?
We both discussed it. I was like, I know he always has it behind him. So I was like, how do you feel about
that?
So there we go.
That is an amazing book, and it was ahead of its time and will bring a tear to your eye.
Yeah.
So gaping holes. And while we're thinking, let's also, speaking of gaping holes that need plugged, let's do a plug for tomorrow. Mystique is our comic character of the week tomorrow.
Check it out, Comic Character. Who will be featured on the episode? I know you'll be there, Uncle Gary, right?
I will be there. Dan will be there. Sal will be there. And J Dub, the founder, the architect of the Codex Station, will be there.
Cool.
So it should be a great episode. Check it out. Mystique tomorrow on Comic Character of the Week. Well, everybody, I'm Sonny Kruger. Thank you for joining me very much. I was joined by Uncle Gary and Mighty Mike Harbor. Thank you all again. I will if any of you guys got anything last minute stuff to say to everybody before I turn this thing off.
I do. Long live the Legion. Long live the Legion.